welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jess and I make bookish and lifestyle content, and at the minute it is also very much home renovations, home projects, home transformation videos and snippets here and there. Me and my partner recently moved to this 1960s bungalow that we are slowly but surely transforming into a dream home. I've just absolutely loved showing you everything that we've been doing so far, so if that's your type of thing, then I'd absolutely love for you to stick around. Essentially, I just make cozy, wholesome videos, so if that is your vibe, then I'd absolutely love to have you stick around. If you haven't already, grab yourself a cuppa, just a nice beverage of choice, and get comfy and get cozy. I have made myself a coconut caramel latte. This is my absolute go-to and it's my drink that I always order whenever I go to Costa. I'm definitely a Costa lover. If I had to pick between Costa and Starbucks, it's definitely a Costa. Until it gets to pumpkin spice season. Dare I say it, it is creeping up very quickly. But I have a brand new coffee machine and I don't know where I was without it. It was very kindly an early wedding present for me and Connor from my dad. So that's another thing amongst all of the house renovations and everything going on. I'm actually getting married in September, which is super duper exciting. But yeah, my Ninja coffee machine, I don't know what I did without it. But yeah, let's get into today's video. I'm so excited because we are going to be going through all of the books that I have rated 5 stars so far this year. Another thing to point out as well, guys, I'm so excited to just have a little bit of a better sit down video setup for when I'm doing these sort of sit down videos. But this is just the best it's going to be because this is probably the best room in the whole of the house at the minute. But that will soon, very shortly, be changing, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So this year so far I have read 29 books, and out of those 29 books, 6 of them were 5 star. So let's get into it and let's talk about them. Okay, starting off strong, and this was actually the first book that I read in the book club that I actually go to. I'd highly recommend going to an in-person book club. As soon as I got into reading, I really wanted to just talk to people more about books, and I really wanted to branch out as well with different books and genres that I wouldn't normally pick. And this book in particular was a book, for starters, it was the first book that we read in this book club at the start of the year. This is a book that was sort of on my radar, but it wouldn't be something that I'd go to grab straight away. And this is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. You guys, this book, it was so good and it really surprised me because I rated it 5 stars, and like I said, this isn't a book that I would particularly go and grab. I absolutely loved it. So the whole of this story follows Evelyn Hugo, this famous actress, and you go through the years of her life and everything leading up to why she became so famous, like her struggles and all of just the drama that happened in her life. But at the start of this book, there is a young journalist, I believe, who gets invited to go and interview Evelyn Hugo, and no one has ever been invited to have an interview with her before. So she goes through her whole life story to make, I believe it's a book or some sort of article in a newspaper, but you follow along and you just see all of the trials and tribulations that Evelyn Hugo went through her entire life, and all the secrets that are uncovered and things that she just went through that she actually hidden from the public. But there is a massive twist at the end, and I just love this book so much. The way it is written is just incredible. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. Their writing style is so good. The book that we're actually reading this month in book club is Atmosphere, and I can't wait to just sink my teeth into that. I fully believe that that book is going to be 5 stars. This book also, it brought a tear to my eye because there's certain elements of it that are just, they really get you in your heart, and yeah, I loved it so much, and again was just so surprised that I rated this book 5 stars. Okay, so the next book that I rated 5 stars so far this year is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I, at this point, will just read anything that V.E. Schwab puts out. Her other book, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, that I read last year, was just exceptional. I think about those characters 24/7, and this book is exactly the same. It left such a massive print on me. I just find myself thinking about this book, an incredible writer. So this follows our main female character, Addie LaRue. I can't remember when this is set, but it's set years and years ago. Addie is about to be married off to someone, and she just does not want to go through it, and she ends up running away, and I believe it's her grandmother that actually warns her, or it could be her mother. Oh, I can't quite remember because I read this ages ago. She's always warned, do not speak out to the spirits after dark. But when she's about to get married, she runs down to the river and she doesn't realize it, but the sky has actually gone dark because there's a cloud that's gone over the sun, and she makes a wish to the spirits, basically saying, can you please just get me out of here? I don't want this. I don't want this life. She is then visited by, I believe, a devil of some sort who basically grants her her wish. It's practically the saying of just be careful what you wish for. Addie becomes this immortal being that when she sees someone, as soon as they look away, as soon as they close a door, they can't remember who she is and they don't have a clue who she is. So she runs home to her family and they just don't have a clue who she is. The way that I felt about this book is she's almost like a vampire, like that immortal being that just travels through time. She goes through trying to live with this situation where people just can't remember who she is. And it is an incredibly difficult life for her. And I believe it's every year she gets visited by this devil. And every year the devil is trying to say to her, sell yourself to me, like sell your soul to me, and I will release you from this prison. But the years go on, but she does not back down at all. And then finally, after I think something ridiculous like 200 years, 300 years, she meets someone that actually remembers her, and she basically tries to figure out why it is that this random person remembers her. Oh yeah, it says here, after 300 years, Addie's life is restarting, but the devil never plays fair, until the day she walks back into a small bookshop in Manhattan and meets Henry, who remembers her. This was just such an interesting read. I just ate this up. This is a standalone as well, which I absolutely loved. It's definitely up there with one of the best standalones I have ever read, including Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. Do you see sort of similarities between these two books? Because you're going through time, you're going through all these different periods, because with Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, it's all about vampires and hunger and lust. Cannot do any wrong, V.E. Schwab. The next book that I rated 5 stars is 6 Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. This was so good to get back into this sort of world. I love The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I love that duology so much, and this book is actually a novella, the Crowns of Nyaxia series. So this follows one of the side characters, Lilith. She lives in a village that has just been completely overrun with this mysterious plague, and she is trying to find a cure for it. I'm pretty sure it's just her and her sister that are left in her family, and she's trying to find this cure especially to save her sister. But near this village there's this massive castle manor house that's on top of a hill, and in there lives a vampire. She does lots of experiments at home, and hello, you coming to join us? Hey, coming to join us. She does a lot of experiments, and she decides to go up to this vampire's house, risk her life and ask him for 6 vials of blood, basically carry on with her experiments and see if she can find a cure. So she trades with this vampire 6 roses for 6 vials of blood. Every month, I believe it is, she goes up to this manor, collects the blood from him, goes back and carries on with her experiments. I loved this book so much. much, especially for a novella. There's elements of people falling in love, like forbidden love. There's loads of little secrets that are uncovered, and I just love the whole system of this series. It's just so good at creating these myths and legends with like the vampires and the gods that are in this world, and I just adored this so much. The relationship between Lilith and the vampire, I can't think of what his name is, but the relationship that they share together, I loved it so much. I never thought that I'd end up rating this at 5 stars, but it was just, yeah, such an easy 5 stars. So the next book that I rated 5 stars is Heartless by Elsie Silver, and this is part of the Chestnut Spring series. I love a cowboy romance. If you're gonna give me any sort of romance that's not fantasy, you need to give me a cowboy romance, because I just eat these up, especially Elsie Silver's book. They're such an easy read. Oh, just the characters and everything is just so good. I believe this is the second book in the Chestnut Spring series. This was just such an easy 5 star for me, because all of these books are just interconnected standalones. It's so nice just seeing returning characters and thinking, oh, who's the next book going to be about? But this book follows Summer's best friend. So Summer is the main female character in Flawless, and this follows Summer's best friend Violet, who is looking for a job. She's not too sure what she wants to do with her life, and she ends up becoming the nanny for Daddy Cade, for his son. I don't know what it is, but that man, oh my days. The relationship and the tension between Violet and Cade in this book is just next level. Talk about slow burn, and slow burn done in just the best way possible. I was kicking my feet and giggling so much for this book. And just the relationship between Violet and Cade's son, it just melted my heart so much. And the way Cade is, think grumpy dad vibes. Like, that is just him down to a T. But any sort of grumpy single dad who gets their heart melted by a certain someone, that is just, yeah, big tick for me in any book. Oh my god, I've just realized I'm calling her the wrong name. I'm pretty sure Violet is one of the other girls in one of the other books, but where did I get Violet from? Her name's Willa. I do apologize, but Willa as a character, I just love her so much. I'm pretty sure she has red hair, fiery, she's snappy. I loved how bold and bright her character is. The next book we're going to talk about, I actually finished this recently. Just this whole series in general is just insane. It's so good, and that is the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts. This book was rated the easiest 5 stars of this year, 110%, and that is powerful. So this is the novella between Powerless and Reckless. Now, I can't tell you too much about this book because it just gives so much away, but at the end of Powerless, you know what happens to this character, but then you're taken back in time and following this character's point of view throughout the events of Powerless. But because you already know the outcome, it doesn't make it any easier at all. I love this character so much. Even in Powerless, she was just such a light of a character, and then hearing her story and the events that happened throughout the trials and everything that happened in the background of Powerless, it just breaks my heart so much. And when you get to the end of this book, you're hoping and praying that there's going to be some sort of different outcome, but you know that there isn't. Lauren Roberts really did take your heart, rip it out your chest, put it on the floor, stamp on it, put a load of grass on it and dirt on it, and then tried to stick it back in you. Oh, it was just so devastating, but in the best way possible. That's when you know when a book makes you feel there's just something different. But by far the easiest 5-star read that I've given this year. 110%. And it's a novella, which is just absolutely crazy. And then the last book that we're going to talk about today is again another book in the Powerless series, and this is Fearless. So this continues with the story of Payden and Kai, and I am just going to miss those two characters and their story so much. There is a massive plot twist at the end of Reckless, and that just throws a whole spanner in the works for this series. For starters, I took my time with this book because I know it was the last book in Payden and Kai's story, and I was just thinking, how the hell is this even gonna end? How the hell is this even gonna wrap up? My jaw was on the floor at the end of Reckless, and because of that, it just makes you want to jump into this book straight away. The tension and the yearning between Kai and Payden, I loved it so much. Again, I can't say too much about this book without wrecking the whole series with massive spoilers, but Powerless is essentially a fantasy Hunger Games. It is just so good. It's so bingeable. The only book that I'm left to read now is Fearful, but out of the whole series so far, these two were both 5 stars for me, 110%. Powerless was very close to being a 5-star, but I think I rated that 4.5, 4.75, but out of the 3 main books, this was my favourite. So many things are revealed in this book, and sometimes loads of plot twists that are dumped on you. I feel like it can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but throughout the whole of this book, little plot twists are uncovered, and it's just done in the best way possible, and it was like plot twist after plot twist. But the way this finished just wrapped it up so good. But this is a series that I will recommend time and time again. I'll be thinking about this for a very long time, and I'm still just very sad that this is over. Right guys, so that is all of the books that I've rated 5 stars so far this year. I'm currently on the first book in the Crescent City series, House of Earth and Blood, I believe it is. I'm pretty certain that that book is going to be 5 stars. It is so good. I am just thoroughly enjoying and eating up the Crescent City series so far. I just cannot wait to read all of the others. But yeah, that is all the books that I have rated 5 stars so far this year. I hope you're all doing absolutely amazing. I hope you're all having the best day ever. Thank you again for just clicking and sitting here with me, listening and yapping about book. Is just the best thing possible in my opinion. If you want to stick around for cozy content, home renovations, all of the good stuff, just general vlogs, chit chat, then I would absolutely love to have you around. I really appreciate every single like, every single subscribe, every single comment. So grateful for my little YouTube channel. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!